Ever dreamt of owning a slice of paradise? What if that paradise also happened to be one of the fastest growing tourist hotspots in Peru? You heard that right. Today, we're diving into Mancora, Peru's hidden gem in South America, where endless sunshine, vibrant culture, and breathtaking ocean views await. Stay tuned to discover why Mancora might just be your next real estate investment opportunity. You don't want to miss this. And let's get started right now. If you're new here, this channel is all about living your best life in Alberta's beautiful mountain towns. But today, we're mixing it up. This is part of a special mini-series on Peru because let's face it, I love traveling as much as I love real estate. So whether you're dreaming of exploring the Rockies in Canmore, Banff, or Cochrane, or curious about investing in unique international destinations, then be sure to subscribe below, hit the bell for notifications for more amazing content. My name is Peter Mejia, your bilingual realtor for Alberta Mountain Living. And right now we are in beautiful Mancora, exploring what makes this coastal paradise not just a dream vacation spot, but also a smart real estate investment. Let's dive in. Nestled in the Piura region in the north of Peru, Mancora is a year-round sunshine magnet. And it's no wonder this coastal town has become a hotspot for both tourists and real estate investors. Life here is vibrant, from fresh seafood at local markets to nightlife that keeps the town alive. There is something for everyone. And let's not forget those endless beach days. Mancora's real estate market is buzzing. The demand for beachfront properties is expected to grow over the next few years, and it makes it an exciting time to explore investment opportunities here. Investors are catching on, and with tourism on the rise, the rental market offers plenty of potential. Having easy access to water is super important for things like irrigation or even just everyday needs. Plus, properties near water often look nicer and tend to have higher property values. That said, it is worth noting that some places in Mancora can face water and power outages, and not every property has water tanks or generators. So it's definitely a good idea to make sure that any place you're considering has solid water infrastructure. Nearby, there are mud baths such as La Poza del Barro near Mancora, which are renowned for their therapeutic properties and provide a unique relaxation experience. It's these unique attractions that make investing in Mancora not just profitable, but truly enriching. So why Mancora? For one, the laid-back lifestyle. It's a place where you can truly relax and recharge. And for investors, there is the potential here with properties on demand. Mancora offers the unique opportunity to diversify your portfolio. Plus, the community here is super warm and welcoming. It's the perfect blend of tranquility and opportunity. From this floating platform, visitors can swim with turtles. The guides will drop some food and the turtles will come up to this platform and give the visitors the opportunity to swim with them. It's just another way to get immersed with nature right here in Mancora. Let's check out one of the biggest reasons why Mancora is so famous, its incredible beaches. But before heading to the sand, I'm enjoying a little poolside relaxation. Some of the hotels here have pools, giving you the best of both worlds. Refreshing water and an ocean view just steps away. And speaking of the ocean, let's head down to the shore and take in those golden sands and endless waves that make Mancora a true beach lover's paradise. Right now, the beach looks a bit rocky, but don't worry, this is just seasonal. The big waves bringing rocks for a while, but in a couple of months, the soft, sandy beach will be back. Now, let's step away from the beach for a moment and check out a real local spot. No touristy traps here. This is where the locals come to eat, with simple plastic tables, a laid-back vibe, and seriously good food. Today, I'm trying something truly traditional, Mondongo, a hearty Peruvian dish made from the cow's stomach. It might not be for everyone, but for those who love bold flavors, this is as authentic as it gets. Now, we'll be checking out a new condominium development project selling lots that's turning heads. Casa Angolo Manqura. Casa Angolo Manqura, it's in its second phase and offers lots starting from 500 square meters, that's 5,382 square feet, where you can build your dream home or investment property to rent out on Airbnb or VRBO. Now, being close to the port makes it easy to get shipping containers that can be turned into amazing designs for your property. With a good designer on board, you can bring your dream property to life in Casa Angolo. The design options are endless. And the best part, you're just a 5-minute drive to the closest beach. Perfect for both relaxation and maximizing that rental potential. The lots at Casa Angolo Manqura are a great find for buyers, especially because they're right next to Quebrada Hernandez and close to water sources. Alright, so let me show you exactly where Casa Angolo condominium is located. This is the beautiful valley right over here, and it is actually by those posts right over there, and that is where phase 2 is going to be located. Time to get it now before they're gone. Alright, and now a little bit about this area. As you will see, most of it is desert, but there is this whole green area going through. And that is because this area has lots of water. It actually is just 3 kilometers from the beach on this side, and on this side, it meets the natural reserve of Angolo, where you can find lots of wildlife. All right, hello my friends. So now it's time to show you exactly where we are located. Here is the entire project, pretty long, and we are actually standing right now, right in the middle. So this is the middle of this project right over here in Manqura. So again, right over here, this first phase, all the way right over here, has already been sold out. And this was 48 different lots. And now we have 54 different lots in this second phase that is now for sale. Some are reserved, but you can still get yours. And if you want to know how, all my information is in the description. Just check it out and I'll be happy to share with you more information. All right, take care, and let's go check out how the entryway to get from here all the way to the beautiful Manqura beach and what it looks like. Let's check it out. All right, good evening. So for tonight's dinner, I decided to come to a restaurant called Mancora because it looked nice, and I am very happy I did. I actually ordered the filet of fish with a seafood sauce, and to my surprise, that seafood sauce is made up of octopus, shrimp, and calamari. Best seafoods as far as I'm concerned. So I'm very delighted to be digging into my dinner tonight. Thank you for joining me today, and yeah, time to dig into this beauty. Oh my goodness. Highly recommend it. Cheers. Now this meal was on another level. As you can see, I didn't leave a single bite behind. The best part? One of the owners sat down for a chat, and you could tell he takes real pride in his food. That's what makes dining in Manqura special. It's not just about the great flavors, it's about the people behind them. All right, so after a beautiful dinner, I thought might as well get some dessert. I came to this place called the Thailand Style Ice Cream. Was intrigued, so let's pick two flavors from here and get something along the lines of this. So the two flavors I'm gonna pick is Oreo and brownie. Let's see how that turns out. Muchísimas gracias. All right, so we are right in front of the equivalent of the Thailandese ice cream, the Thailand style ice cream. I've been to Thailand, I haven't seen an ice cream like this before, so I thought it was definitely worth filming, and now it's time to taste it. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it with the camera, so I think I'll just put it down and do it that way. All right, here we go. Thailand style ice cream in Mancora, Peru. Let's try this. Delicious. As the sun goes down, Mancora's main street really comes to life. The area is packed with restaurants, cafes, shops, making it the perfect spot for locals and tourists to hang out, grab a bite, or pick up some cool stuff. From seafood joints dishing out the freshest catch, to little boutiques with handmade crafts and surf gear. There is something for everyone. Whether you're looking for a nice dinner while watching the sunset, or just want to wander around, the vibe in Mancora Street is lively, making the evenings just as fun as the days. Now, let's take a look at Sociatel Mancora, formerly Selina Mancora, one of the most well-known spots to stay in town. The pool here is the perfect place to cool off and relax before heading down to the beach. And this beautiful arched gateway, it's one of the most picturesque spots on the property, framing a stunning view of the ocean as you make your way down the stairs to the shore. Walking down, we reach the shoreline where the waves constantly shape the landscape. Right now, the beach looks a little bit rocky, but just like before, this is temporary. In a few months, the waves will carry the rocks back out to sea, revealing Mancora's signature golden sands once again. No matter the season, this beach is always a sight to see. One of the best parts of visiting Mancora? The food. From fresh seafood to classic Peruvian flavors, every meal here is an experience. Each dish bursting with local ingredients and bold flavors. Whether it's a plate from a fancy restaurant or a simple beachfront shack, the food in Mancora is always fresh, flavorful, and unforgettable. If you love good food, this town will not disappoint. All right, so it is time for dinner, and I decided to check out this restaurant here called Tao that mixes Peruvian and Asian cuisine, which is actually pretty popular in Peru, and it actually created an entire culinary scene called chifa. But this is a little different. I don't know, we'll check it out and try it out. And because I'm here, I wanted to try out something that I don't usually try. So I'm getting myself a nice grilled octopus. So we'll check it out. And I have a mango and passion fruit drink mix. Really nice. I guess they're fishing for the octopus right now. All right, and here is my grilled octopus. I am very excited to try it. But first we have some sauces here. We have the rocoto, which is a very spicy Peruvian spice, and chimichurri, not Peruvian, it's actually Argentinian. So let's get credit where credit is due. And this octopus, probably from right over here, Mancora Beach. So, all right, let's give it a taste test. Right over here, the grilled octopus. Oh my goodness. Beautiful taste, beautiful aftertaste. Very crunchy. I'm gonna try a little bit of chimichurri. Excelente, muchísimas gracias. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. Highly recommended. Beautiful dinner here in Mancora. All right, I am very happy that I'm getting my energy because tomorrow we are actually going on a nice little beach hopping adventure. We're starting in the beach of Punta Sal, north of Mancora, and then we're gonna hit up a couple of beaches north of that until we arrive in Tumbes and the Manglares that we're gonna be checking out. So I'm gonna continue filling up on this great food, and I will see you tomorrow morning, or in a minute because it's a video. All right, it's a beautiful morning right here in Mancora, And today, we're actually going to go beach hopping to all of the beaches north of Mancora and check out where they're about. And we're going to be going into the mangroves in the Tumbes National Reserve. So I'm really excited about that and excited to take you with me. So let's grab a quick breakfast before hitting the beaches. We're setting off from the sun-kissed shores of Punta Sal, boarding a boat with the help of friendly locals pushing us past the breaking waves. Once we're beyond the surf, we cruise parallel to the coastline, offering a unique perspective of Punta Sal's stunning shoreline. Our first highlight is the Royal Decameron Punta Sal, an impressive all-inclusive resort boasting over 500 rooms. It's the largest and most luxurious resort in the area, offering top-notch amenities, beachfront views, and even its own evening entertainment. But outside the resort, Punta Sal is known for its quiet, laid-back atmosphere. Unlike Mancora, which is famous for its nightlife, Punta Sal is mostly residential, offering a peaceful escape with no real party scene here. Continuing north, we approach a notable beachfront property once owned by the former president Alejandro Toledo. During his time in office from 2001 to 2006, Toledo played an important role in promoting tourism and infrastructure in this region, helping shape Punta Sal into the sought-after destination it is today. This boat journey offers a unique vantage point to appreciate the blend of natural beauty, luxury, and history that defines Punta Sal. All right, so that wraps up our visit of Punta Sal. We're gonna head to the next beach, Zorritos. I got myself some chips of sweet potato to keep me fueled for the next little ride. Let's check it out. All right, and here we are at our second beach, the beach called Zorritos. And it's beautiful over here. The tide is a little stronger than Punta Sal, which was absolutely gorgeous. So they did say to be careful swimming in these waters, but it's beautiful. We're gonna grab a nice little coconut and chill here before we go to the next place. Now here is something that's perfect for cooling down: raspadillas. These are Peru's version of shaved ice, made by hand with finely shaved ice and topped with sweet natural fruit syrups. Here, you can choose from a variety of fresh flavors like mango, tamarindo, tamarind in English, a sweet and tangy fruit, fresa, which is strawberry, anabana, which is also known as soursop, and maracuya, passion fruit known for its bold, tangy flavor. It's a simple, refreshing treat. And the best part? The syrups are made from real fruit. No artificial flavors. Just one of the many things that makes Zorritos Beach such a great place to experience local flavors. All right, we've just made it to Puerto Pizarro, or the Port of Pizarro. Now, when you come to Peru, you cannot leave without trying one of the signature dishes of the country, which is ceviche. Now, ceviche is actually white fish, which is raw, but it is cooked only in lime juice. There is no heat added in the preparation of this dish. Just lime juice, some onions, yuca, we have some canchita right over here, and let's give it a try and see how it is. Divine, divine. This is a nice little stopover for lunch before we go into the mangroves. So really excited. This is gonna give me all the fuel that I need for the mangroves. So we will enjoy this beautiful ceviche and then check out the mangroves. Cheers. This is actually really, really nice. All right, so I'm still enjoying my ceviche. It is nice limey taste. You don't taste any fishiness or anything. If you do, you haven't submerged it in lime. And it's the acidity of the lime that actually cooks the fish. So it's not really raw, it's just that the lime and the acidity is the one that cooks the fish. And what started as just a dish called ceviche, internationally, now any dish that is cooked in the acidity of a lime juice is called ceviche. So you can go to a restaurant in Canada and see ceviche on the menu of shrimp. You can see ceviche of literally any seafood. And it literally means that they cooked it without heat and just with the lime juice. If you don't know, Peru is one of the top countries in the world for their cuisine, right? So every year, consistently, they keep winning the best cuisine in the world. And this is one of those dishes that gets it right up there. There's a few other ones that I'll share along because I'm gonna eat them all while we're here. And you're gonna get a chance to see what they look like and watch me enjoy them until you come to Peru, and then you can enjoy them yourself. Cheers. And yes, it is common to have a nice cold beer along with the ceviche. So if it has to be done, it has to be done. Now that was absolutely delicious. You may think I'm done, but not quite yet. The liquid here that is left over is actually called leche de tigre, and it translates to tiger's milk. So what do we do with it? Well, this is actually what you're supposed to do with it. So you pick up the plate. That's some good leche de tigre. As we travel through the beautiful water waves of Puerto Pizarro, we get to dive into the amazing ecosystem of the Tumbes Mangroves National Sanctuary. Covering about 2,972 hectares, this place is the largest mangrove forest in Peru. Mangroves are fascinating coastal trees with shrubs that grow right where the land and sea meet, dealing with both saltwater and freshwater. They figured out some pretty clever ways to survive in salty conditions, like filtering out salt through their roots and getting rid of extra salt through their leaves. In this area, you'll come across different types of mangroves. The red mangrove, you can spot these by the trees by their cool stilt-like roots, which help keep everything stable against coastal erosion. Black mangroves, these are bigger trees that have unique vertical roots that stick up from the ground and help them breathe. And white mangrove, usually seen as shrubs, they have a special glands to get rid of salt. One interesting thing about mangroves is how they handle salt water. They don't turn salt water into fresh water, but they can filter out up to 90% of the salt, using the fresh water they need to stay alive. These mangroves also provide great home for a variety of wildlife. The sanctuary boasts over 150 bird species, as well as mammals like crab-eating raccoons and neotropical otters. Plus, mangroves play a crucial role for local communities. They help protect against coastal erosion, trap sediments to form land, and create breeding grounds for different fish and aquatic species. Taking care of this ecosystem is key for biodiversity and for the people who rely on its resources. Exploring the mangroves of Puerto Pizarro really helps you appreciate these tough ecosystems and how important they are for both nature and us. As we continue exploring the Manglares de Tumbes National Sanctuary, we stumble upon a conservation center for the American crocodile, or as it's locally known, the Tumbes crocodile. This species is considered endangered in Peru, mostly because of habitat destruction and passed over hunting. That's why hunting these guys is now off limits, and there are some serious efforts in place to help boost their numbers. This sanctuary is home to 327 of these incredible reptiles, and each one plays an important role in the local ecosystem. You might find it interesting that the phrase crocodile tears come from an old belief that crocodiles cry while munching on their prey. But in reality, when they do shed tears while eating, it's because of physical reasons, not an emotional display, which is how that saying for fake sadness came about. The Tumbes crocodiles usually reach maturity around 8 to 10 years old and can live up to 70 years in the wild. Getting to observe these powerful creatures up close gives a real glimpse into their behavior and shows just how important it is to keep working on conservation to make sure they survive in the wild. As we wander through the lively Plaza de Armas in Tumbes, we can't help but notice a cool art installation in the square. Known as the Acoustic Shell, this structure is decked out with colorful mosaics that create a rainbow-like arch. The designs celebrate the natural beauty and rich history of Tumbes. At the top of the arch, there is a striking head that represents Chilimasa, a local chief who bravely fought against Spanish colonization. This artwork, called The Meeting of Two Worlds, captures the connection between indigenous cultures and Spanish explorers, highlighting the area's lasting heritage. Across from this installation is the Catedral de Tumbes, or the Mother Church of San Nicolás de Tolentino. This Baroque-style church was built during the Spanish colonial era by Augustinian priests and features beautiful stained glass windows and important religious icons, including a famous carving of Jesus. Together, these landmarks really show off the blend of art, history, and spirituality that makes Tumbes Central Square so special. The Tumbes River runs right through the region and is super important for local communities and wildlife. It starts way up in the Andes and flows down through Tumbes before meeting the Pacific Ocean. Along the way, it shapes the land and keeps the lush mangroves growing strong. Thinking about investing here? I'd be happy to connect you with trusted local resources to guide you through every step, while my main focus is helping you find your dream home in Alberta's beautiful Rocky Mountains. I'm here to assist with opportunities in Peru as well. Thanks for joining me on this tour of Mancora, part of my mini-series on Peru. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any more videos about living your best life in Alberta's mountain towns and exciting destinations beyond. Comment below with your questions or comments on topics you'd like to see me do on future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep living that mountain or beach life.